What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A Hef here with another dose of the Truth Scope Sports Edition. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. It really helps me. It helps y'all if y'all really like the content that I'm putting out, which the numbers say that you do. So please, by all means, like, share, subscribe, comment. Negative comment, positive comment, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just say what up. Who cares at this point, right? So let me get into this one real fast. This was obviously a screenshot that I took on, I think, IG from basketball scene. It says, anything you would change, exclamation point, question mark, and face. So obviously looking at this, yeah, you're damn right. So first things first, I think it's safe to assume that we're talking about current NBA players. So what I'm going to do is, instead of starting from the top, which I think would be too easy, let's start from the bottom. All right, let's start from the bottom. So if we're going to have a four-tier NBA, which is kind of weird because the way I break it down, there's superstars, stars, all stars, and then after that, it's pretty much it. So I wouldn't even need a fourth layer. You know what I mean? Because even the all stars is going to be like, the top, and you might not even get that many all stars in there anyway. So if you're looking at it, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it follows that same pattern and personage in the window until you get to 4, obviously, because 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double. So starting at 4, and again, I don't know when this was taken, because obviously it has fucking DeMar DeRozan with the short hair, Paul George with the short hair, a young Anthony Davis. So I think it's safe to assume that this was probably made a while ago. But I will tell you this: I screenshotted this very recently, so we're gonna be touching on it. So at the bottom, obviously, we're gonna take Boogie out. We all know what's up with Boogie. Jimmy Butler, we're gonna put him to the side for now because I want to say he's out, but I have to evaluate the whole list before I can just fully put him out. Because what he brings to the table and what he's able to do it down there in Miami, especially defensively and as a leader, it has to be respected. And also, he dropped 50 points in the finals. And I mean, although it was an NBA bubble, he still dropped 50 points in the finals. So credit there. Dame Lillard, y'all already know I'm not huge on Dame. Okay, I'm really not. And I don't understand. Like the other day, actually, the NBA top 75, I don't know how the fuck Dame was in there. And I didn't even look at the whole list, especially when it comes to point guards. Even though Dame is not a fucking point guard because the league has changed so much, he is like a combo guard. He's like that fucking 2 in one's body. You know what I'm saying? They're not real point guards. Okay, a point guard is like a Chris Paul, John Stockton, even Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a point guard. People like that. Jason Kidd, you know what I'm saying? Those are point guards. Kyrie Irving is not a point guard. But then again, he said it out of his own mouth that he's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard. But if I'm sure most of y'all get what I'm saying. But my issue with Dame is he's like a watered down poor man's version of a Steph Curry. And then Big Mike, my co-host on the podcast, was saying, "Oh, well, he's not trying to be like Steph Curry." Like, yes, he is, man. You want to pull up from Steph range, all the time, stuff like that. Like, no, man. Like Dame Lillard, what Dame Lillard needs, and it's sad. It's very sad. As I'm saying it right now, I'm thinking about it. But what Dame Lillard needs or needed, because it's pretty much the ship has sailed. Like the same thing that happened with Trae Young. Trae Young, when he first came in the league, was trying to be like Steph Curry, shooting those shots and stuff like that, yada, yada. And am I saying that Trae can't shoot? No, of course Trae can shoot. Can he shoot like Steph? No, no one can shoot like Steph. But the problem is when people try to shoot like Steph, there's a huge decline because you're not on the same level. Like, for instance, after Michael Jordan retired, you had a whole era, and I mean a whole generation of players that adopted the fucking ISO style, MJ style, which is kind of weird because MJ played in a triangle and he really wasn't totally monopolizing the ball. It's just that when he got the ball, he got it in great situations because they were utilizing the triangle. But these players, the T-Macs, the Paul Pierces, the young D Wades, Vince Carter, The list goes on and on. Like these guys they're out there fucking taking it from like the high elbow, 1-on-1, and just jocking up shots. Kobe obviously jocking up shots. And when you look at the field goal percentage back in that time, those are not good numbers. They were not good numbers. Those guys are shooting below 45% from the field. You know, often. So it just wasn't good. It wasn't good for basketball. So the same thing with the whole Steph Curry thing. You have people like Trae Young, Dame Lillard trying to be like Steph, and they're trying to shoot these shots, which are in vogue currently, but they can't make it at the same percentage that Steph does, right? So what happened with Trae Young? Trae Young was young, and no pun intended, he was young. Had a coach. The coach pretty much gave him the green light. The Hawks are out there fucking losing, not doing shit. Then they get Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan sits his ass down like, yo, you're not Steph Curry. All right, you're not Steph Curry. And because of that, we were able to see a whole nother side of Trae Young. A whole other side of Trae Young. Trae Young, I didn't even know how good of a passer he was until that happened. Because I was able to see him actually play the fucking game and not just be a fucking poor man's fucking Steph Curry and coming up shooting fucking stupid ass shots before his team even gets on the other side of the fucking court. So that's what Dame needed. If he got it now, would it work? Probably not. Because his head is so blown up by all the super fanboys and the mainstream sports media. Just fucking, oh, Dame Lillard this, Dame Lillard that. Look, am I saying Dame is fucking trash or garbage? No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Dame had the potential to be great, but he just turned into fucking. I'm gonna shoot these fucking difficult ass shots and shit like that. But you know what? That's not cool, because for me at least, I don't play to say, well, look at that shot I made. I play to win. No matter what sport it was growing up, even now, today, tomorrow, if I go out and I'm fucking playing in my basketball league, if I'm playing in my flag football league, whatever the fuck it is, I don't play to be like, oh, well, this, that. No, I play to win. Okay? I play to win. There's a winning culture to every sport, period. And Damian Lillard, as a point guard, does not possess that. So, no, he's not in my NBA top 75. Hell no. Not even fucking close. Has he had some great playoff moments? Yeah, but you know what? You never won shit. And a lot of those moments, if I'm going to be frank, a lot of those moments, he put himself in those fucking moments. He put himself there. If you watch those full games and you're watching the shots that he's taking, early in the shot clock or the fadeaways and shit like that, it's like, why are you taking these shots? Why? That's why your percentage is so fucking low. If you took smarter shots, you shoot a higher percentage. And you wouldn't be fucking, nip tuck with a team that you should be beating. Then you wouldn't have to fucking go to double, triple overtime and shoot from fucking mad far when you're tired. And now we're gonna fucking, heap all this acclaim on you, like, oh, he's so great, and like, no. I think Damian Lillard is overrated. Severely, no, but definitely overrated. And this video isn't supposed to be about Dame Lillard, so I'm gonna go on to the next one. DeMar DeRozan. No, Paul George. Paul George is definitely like that B player. Paul George could, in my opinion, could definitely be the second banana on the championship team. In my opinion, he would have been the second best player on the championship team had Kawhi Leonard not went down. But then obviously we can all make the case that, hey, if Kyrie didn't go down and the Nets made it to the finals to go against the Clippers, then that's a different story. Which is, because Kyrie and KD, I think, well, first of all, not even think, I know Kyrie could, Kyrie is on a whole nother level. And he's a walking bucket. So he's going to get his. KD's going to get his. The thing is, Paul George could be inconsistent sometimes. Kawhi would get his. But then you also have to, worry about the rest of the Clippers ensemble to see how they're going to react. James Harden, I didn't say him because, he was dealing with a lot of issues and shit. And he was barely out there anyway. I mean, he was out there, but he wasn't out there. So Joel Embiid, obviously, is definitely going to be higher up. Chris Paul, at this point in his career, is off. All right, so like I said, for me, I have superstar, star, all-star in that order. All right, so if I'm making a list like this, like a pyramid, It'll go with something like this. There's no number one person on top. Well, actually, no, there is. There is. In my personal opinion, the best player in the NBA right now is Kevin Durant. Um, but it's not like by a landslide because I have Kawhi right there. Only issue is like the injuries. Like Kawhi was hurt, and then he got back. KD got hurt. And vice versa. KD hurt, Kawhi's here. So it's like we can never get a fair appraisal on the both of them. But if anyone's to say, oh, hey, I'm taking Kawhi as the best player in the league, I'm not gonna argue that. Anyone says KD, I'm not gonna argue that. Even Steph, Steph, I think is a little bit more of an argument. But if someone said it, I'm not really gonna fight it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm cool with that. But if you ask me, if I had to put anyone on top, it would be KD. But honorable mention to Steph and Kawhi, obviously. And then on the next level, which would still be kind of the same level, is because to be the best, you have to be a superstar. So the superstars that I believe are in the league right now, we have LeBron, but he's at the end, like he's like coming down. All right, he's borderline a star right now. I know he's scoring a lot of points this year, but on that Lakers team, yeah. So he's borderline star, but he's still superstar. So we got LeBron, we got Kawhi, we got KD, we got Giannis, and we got Steph. Those are the superstars, in my opinion. So one more time, we got LeBron, Giannis, KD, Kawhi, and Steph. Now you might be asking, oh, why those guys? Why those guys? Very quickly, this is why. MVP and championships, and also Finals MVPs, except for Steph. Steph doesn't have any, but that's he got robbed with that Andre Iguodala shit. He got robbed. He should definitely have one Finals MVP, but that's neither here nor there. So those are the five. So obviously, if I have the number one, it will be KD, and then number two will be those four people because obviously KD will be on number one. So then if you go down to the third, where it says three, that would be stars. Now there's a lot of stars in the league. And ultimately I don't care to, go between the stars and say who belongs here, who belongs there. But very briefly what I will do is say, all right, Jokic is definitely there, like knocking on the door to superstardom. Joel Embiid is there knocking on the door to superstardom. James Harden was at one point knocking on that door to superstardom. I gotta see what he does in Philly. Ever since the rule changes and shit, he has not been the same. So I'm not sure how much is going to change, but I'll defer my take on that until further notice. So, basically, like I said, the Jokic, Embiid, I don't even know who else I could throw in there. I mean, Anthony Davis was borderline that, but this guy, he can't stay healthy to save his goddamn life, let alone his career. So, that's basically it, man. That's basically it. So, again, granted, this image appears to be dated, but it was posted recently, so I figured it's a great discussion to have because I know on the channel I talk about a lot of serious stuff all the time, but I want to mix it up, keep it light sometimes, and it is what it is, right? But anyway, y'all, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, how you have it shaped up. Let me know if you agree with what I said, do you disagree, or if I got it totally wrong, and then we can discuss. But anyway, y'all, peace.